go to the doctor's office, a lot of times they will ask you if you have a medical power of attorney.
Yeah.
Is that what they're asking a lot of times?
Yeah. We had a brief period in there where prior to 23, we had both medical and financial. Then what they did, there's also a document called an advanced directive for healthcare. And an advanced directive for healthcare has two components in it. It has a living will, which is the piece that you say that I want to be kept alive or not be kept alive by life support. And then it has an appointment of a healthcare proxy. Well, prior to 2023, when we had healthcare power of attorneys, I would get the question all the time. People would be signing a healthcare power of attorney, and they'd also be signing an advanced directive, which includes that healthcare proxy. And they'd say, well, what's the difference between the healthcare proxy and the healthcare power of attorney? I mean, that person you're appointing. Candidly, I don't know what the difference is. They both grant medical power over you to act for you. We would always make sure the same person was appointed in both positions so that we didn't have a conflict between those two. What the Oklahoma legislature did is they came in and said, okay, at that point they said, okay, we don't like that anymore, and they did away with healthcare power of attorneys. And you may or may not remember it, but it made for real good news. You know, it made for a good news story because it was like, oh, healthcare power of attorneys are going away. Yeah, but the rest of the story was we still have healthcare proxies, which do the same thing. Somewhere along the way, about within the last year, the legislature came back and said, okay, we're going to bring the healthcare power of attorneys back. So we have healthcare power of attorneys. This one is for financial. There's another one we'll follow up that dealing with healthcare power of attorneys, but there's a separate document for healthcare power of attorneys. So really, when you look at your estate planning, there are three what I call ancillary documents. You have your base document, which is your will or your trust, whichever you decide to use. But the three ancillary documents, and if you think of your will or your trust, that deals with administering your estate, distributing your assets. You know, a will has to go through probate, a trust doesn't. But the three ancillary documents that are very important are these documents we're talking about: financial power of attorney, healthcare power of attorney, and advanced directive. And if you think about those, what they're dealing with is they're not dealing so much with the administration or distribution of your assets. What they're dealing with is they're dealing with you, taking care of you if you can't. Now, what some people will do is when they have a power of attorney, they'll try to use that power of attorney after they've died. So let's say I have a power of attorney. Let's say I've appointed spouse, whatever it is, or kids, and I die. That power of attorney ends when I die. It doesn't continue on. So in other words, the period that you're guarding against here is while you're alive, if you're incapacitated till your date of death. After your date of death, it has no more effect at that point. So that's what it's trying to guard against. The same thing that you guard against with the guardianship. It's the same thing. A guardianship will be commenced when you're incapacitated and will terminate when you die. It's just a different way to solve the problem.